idea that we want to understand whether there is a relationship between our IVs and our DVs. Okay, this is already being explained before based on my Jamboard lah. Here, sign out. Why you sign out? I don't ask you to sign out, you know. You are computer, you follow me lah. Oh, okay, dia dah dengar cakap. Okay, next you go to analyze, correlate, bivariate. I'm going to use SPSS over here. I'm going to reset everything. I'm going to insert the UMO. I'm going to insert also the working environment. And then another one, I'm going to insert the environment itself. So, and the last but not least, I'm going to insert directly the 3 important DVs that you have in your questionnaire. I'm going to just insert everything. So, we have 6 lah. Betul tak? So, we want to investigate and understand whether there is a relationship between these 3 within whether these 3 IVs are correlated with these 3 DVs. Okay, setakat ni jelas? Jelas Okay, now we are going to paste it out. And then after you paste, then the syntax are going to be generated like this. So sebenarnya, bila you nak gunakan syntax, you can just write it down here, the name of your variables. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to run and I'm going to get the output similar like you. Betul tak? Sama tak you all punya dengan saya punya? Sama. That's mean correct lah. But now we are going to train ourselves to understand the meaningful and to understand the interpretation of the data. Ya, mari kita interpret sama-sama, tuan-tuan dan puan sekalian. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. I screenshot the output from SPSS so that we can discuss together. Where is my output? So let me just follow it through. 1.sc screenshot. Okay, this is my output. Okay, we are going to make the interpretation together. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let us have a look here. Okay, pertama, tuan-tuan dan puan, saya persilakan tuan-tuan dan puan untuk melihat apa yang ada pada layar sekarang bagi mengenal pasti apakah yang dimaksudkan oleh correlation ini. Baik, pertama, it is going to be designed as a mirror. Dia akan jadi mirror. Kalau tuan-tuan puan perasan, nampak tak? Dia jadi mirror lah. That means everything here in the diagonal format will be the one. Betul tak? Sebab ini adalah umur dengan umur. Umur dengan umur memang satu lah. Working dengan working memang satu. Environment dengan environment memang satu. That is the first idea. You need to understand that one. Jangan pula anda kata terdapat perkaitan antara umur dengan umur. Memanglah. Itu bukan terdapat perkaitan. Itu namanya anda melihat pada data yang sama. Okay. So now, we are going to look into the row. Anda boleh ikut on the row or you want to look at the column. Up to you all. Saya akan gunakan row lah. So daripada row yang pertama, it is already indicate about umur. So now, umur also known as age. I want to see whether there is a relationship or not between the age and stress score. Contoh, age and stress score. The answer will be negligible positive relationship. And the p-value is actually more than alpha. Therefore, I fail to reject the null hypothesis. There is no relationship. Same also goes to the anxiety. Negligible positive relationship. 0.824 is actually more than 0.05. Fail to reject the null hypothesis and make the conclusions that there is no significant relationship between age and anxiety score based on the alpha 0.05. Where the p-value is what, where the r value is what. That one you are going to describe later on. And then for the depression also same. I'm going to make the NOR first. So the NOR will be positive negligible relationship. And the p-value indicate there is more than alpha. And I fail to reject the hypothesis. So far so good. Understand or not about the umur? Faham? So maknanya umur ni variable yang menunjukkan tidak ada apa-apa perkaitan pun dengan kita punya DV. Tapi kalau kita tengok daripada satu angle yang lain, umur ni pula ada kaitan dengan working experience. Of course lah. Memang ada kaitan. Semakin berumur orang tu, semakin lama lah dia bekerja. Melainkan dia bekerja dekat tempat lain. Faham? Ataupun dia bekerja dekat zaman back to the future. Faham tak? Back to the future ke back to the past ke kan? Sebab dia jadi pelik lah. Dia akan negative correlation. Yang ni positive correlation memang patut lah. Makin lama orang tu bekerja, makin lama lah dia. Ya? Dan begitu juga dengan environment. Kalau ada berkaitan dengan environment memang pelik lah. Yang ni tak ada kaitan lah. Maksudnya memang betul lah. Secara teoreticalnya adalah betul data kita. Baik, we are going to see the next one. Working experience. Is there any relationship between the working experience and also stress score, numerical score of the anxiety, followed by the anxiety, followed by the depression and also stress. So kita tengok working experience. Ada tak kaitan dia dengan kita punya working experience will be this row. This one. Positive low correlation. Betul tak? What is the p-value? More than alpha. Therefore, fail to reject null hypothesis. This one, less than 0.2. That's mean positive negligible. This one, more than alpha. That's mean we fail to reject null hypothesis. This one, less than 0.02. That's mean positive negligible. This one is more than 0.05. That's mean there is no significant correlation. So, mana tak ada kaitan. What about the environment? So, now we are going to move on the environment. So, the environment score with the stress score. Is there any relationship or not? So, let us find together. So, what about this? More than 0.2. That's mean low positive correlation. However, there is not significant. Positive low correlation, not significant. Positive low correlation, not significant. I do believe that this one is only happen because your size of samples is quite small. Tapi kalau sample size anda besar, berkemungkinan adalah perkaitan. Ini contoh. Okay? Whatever it is, this is the idea how to run for Pearson product moment correlation. Faham? So remember to talk about two things. The first one is the descriptive part, which is you are going to describe about the positivity or negativity nature of the relationship with the strength. Whether it is negligible, low, moderate, high or very high. That is the first one based on the R value. The next one, you need to make sure whether your hypothesis null is rejected or failed to be rejected based on the p-value or we call it as the SIG dot dalam SPSS punya identification. Okay, jelas? Kalau jelas, mari kita buat satu lagi exercise terakhir, iaitu kita akan cuba mengkaji. We are trying to investigate whether there is a relationship or not based on the ordinal data. Based on apa? Ordinal data. As I mentioned to you, the Pearson product moment correlation can only be run if your IV and DV data are normally distributed. Let's say you have the data that is not normal, or you have the ordinal data that you want to correlate with your environmental, with your stress level or depression level or anxiety level. Kalau anda ingat, we have 5 IVs individually asked using the ordinal scale. Remember? Tengok balik dalam data tuan-tuan dan puan, kita ada 5 IV yang specifically ask about the environmental factor. Betul tak? Dan environmental factor ini disusun dalam format nominal or ordinal. Dalam format ordinal. Therefore, we can rerun the analysis based on the B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 with our DV. Okay, so macam mana nak buat tuan-tuan dan puan? Cara dia senang sahaja. Pergi kepada analyze, kita akan pergi kepada correlate, bivariate dan masukkanlah variable yang berkenaan. Tapi ingat, tak boleh pakai Pearson, hanya boleh pakai Spearman. Saya tinggalkan nari kegembiraan untuk mengakhiri topik kita pada petang ini lepas zuhur nanti insyaAllah dalam pukul 2 lah, boleh? 2 lebih ke? Untuk chi-square. Chi-square kita sambung petang lah. Kalau saya teruskan lagi, saya yang kicap dan awak pun akan kicap dan lain lah. Okay? Alright, so tuan-tuan dan puan sekalian, maka kita ada satu lagi contoh yang terbaik untuk saya bagi tahu kepada tuan-tuan dan puan bagaimana kita boleh gunakan how we can use the ordinal scale data and make use of it to prove scientifically is there any relationship or not exists with our DV. In this particular case, for example, I have I have 5 questions with regard to the environmental factors based on the perceptions of the respondent and their stress levels that they indicate when they are inside the building lah. However, this data is not real data lah kan. In the end of the day, you all try and main jawab je kan itu. So, how to run that one? Of course, you go to analyze and then followed by the correlate and bivariate and remember to reset everything first. And then you can insert the environmental, lighting, airflow until the noise level inside the variable and then followed by all the DV. Okay. Then I'm going to insert all the DV. However, I cannot perform the Pearson. I need to perform it in the Spearman because there are some idea with regard to the use of ordinal scale and also numeric scale. It can be mixed, but you need to run under the Spearman. You cannot run under Pearson. It's wrong. Okay, so far so good? Then you have the opportunity to paste the syntax so that the syntax can be used and rerun again and again. Therefore, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, this one is Pearson. And then another one is the Spearman. Okay, you boleh nampak kat sini. Non-parametric correlation, non-par core. And then we can run it like this. Okay. After we run it, then we have a lot of tables that are being displayed like this. And we can copy the table so that we can discuss it elsewhere. So please wait for a while. I'm going to put inside the Jamboard. And then we can discuss together. Okay. So let me remove whatever it is on the screen just now. And then insert the picture. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Salah gambar. Ini gambar pagi tadi. Sorry, I have to reinsert the real data, which is this one, 1257. Okay, this is the data output from the SPSS menu. And then we are going to rectify and also clearly explain one by one. Whatever it is lah, even if you hardly seen it, but we try our best. Okay, jom kita tengok sama-sama. Boleh? Okay, so the way to do that, as I mentioned to you before, you can look under the column or you can also look under the row. In this case, I'm going to use the row lah. So environmental air quality, I'm going to focus more on this three. This three je. Saya tengok antara saya punya row and also this three. Faham ke? Saya hanya tengok yang ini saja. Yang lain saya tak nak tengok. I'm going to color it so that you can see where this is the only space that we are interested on. Other than this, we not consider because that one is out of our jurisdiction and application. Okay. So now what we need to do, we need to specify first one, air quality stress score. What is the value? Less than 0.2, positive negligible, positive low. This one, positive negligible, positive negligible. So what about the p value? Not significant. So that's mean the air quality is no longer looking into any correlation with our stress score. Okay, what about another one? Environmental for lighting. Lighting also same. No correlation. Okay, what about our airflow? Airflow also no correlation. And then what about our air temperature? No correlation also. Okay, and then what about our noise? Our noise also indicate no correlation. So in a nutshell, whatever it is that you try to do just now will suggest that there is no clear identifications or there is no clear evidence that we can say that a lot of these environmental factors influence the stress level. So the stress levels perhaps is being influenced by the other factors. It's either demographic or the other factors lah kan. Tapi daripada sini kita boleh nampak there is nothing to do with the environment, there is nothing to do with the age and also working experience, but it's just something influencing the level of stress, depression and anxiety for the other reasons that maybe you not particularly targeted in your study design. Ini contoh lah macam mana kita buat. Setakat ni jelas ke tak jelas? Itu cara dia bila tuan-tuan dan puan nak gunakan Spearman ataupun Pearson. Okey, petang ini tuan-tuan dan puan